Board Otaku here with a brand new manga review and some awesome lead editing skills. Okay, it's just a new laptop with UCam, but I like it. And this makes my videos look so professional. But that's not why we're here. We're here for the manga and we're here for the reviews. So without further ado, I will be reviewing Ral Grad. Ral Omega Grand. I don't know why they put that there. It looks pretty though. So, let's get started. Alright, so let's get started with this review. Ral Grad starts off in a completely pitch black room with a little boy talking to the voice in his head. So, already we're off to a good start when it comes to the Japanese storytelling. Turns out that this little boy's name is Ral, and inside of him lurks this giant blue dragon named Grand. I know, pretty cool name, Grand, he's a giant dragon. Now, they've been locked away in complete and total darkness for the past 15 years. And I'm going to stress 15 because this book does. It stresses it 7 damn times throughout the first chapter, and I don't know why. And I know they put emphasis on it because every time they say 15 years, it's all bolded and it makes you look at it. I don't know why they had to keep bringing it up. Every single main character mentions it. Okay, that could have just been a little conversation that the guards standing along the side of the castle wall could have said, "Hey, Bill, you know that kid in there that we're guarding? He's been there 15 years, man." Really? 15 years, wow. That's it. That we would have gotten it. Thank you. So apparently, this kingdom and the entire world is being attacked by shadows. And that's what Grand is. He's a shadow. These shadows, they come in 3 different flavors. You have your level 1. They're parasitic. They live inside your shadow. The shadow that we cast. Okay? And they could turn into their true form, but they need the host's permission. Okay? Level 2 shadows, they're the predators. They consume their host and they go all, predator. Rah, rah, rah. Level 3, they are the ones that could transform. They could consume other level 2s or level 1s and take on their powers and stuff like that. Okay. Now, there's been a huge war because the queen of these shadow people, Despira, or Aspira, I don't know how to say her name, but she's the leading hooker. I've been trying to think of a nice way to say it, but that's what she is. She promises her body to the other shadows, and they do what she wants, and then she'll give them stuff that was hers, like a strand of her hair or her spit. Right. So shadows have been attacking the kingdom for quite a while now. It's been 15 years since Ral and Grand have been imprisoned. So, there's the tutor. She's the one who's responsible of teaching Ral about the outside world, because remember, he has never seen it. He's been in this dark little bubble since birth. Okay, so he goes to the king, the tutor, Moy. I can't say her name, I'm just going to call her Pepper. Pepper goes to the king, Roy, who's completely and useless. Why are kings useless? Every single series, they're completely useless. Well, it's okay, because he's not going to be around much longer. So she goes to him and she explains to him about all the shadows, which is how we find out. Now, I'm going to stop. This king's been fighting them for 15 years. 15 years! I think he knows a little bit about what's going on here. Just an educated guess. You don't have to explain to the man in charge about what's going on to the people that are constantly being killed and eaten by demonic shadows. I think he got it. But for the sake of us, and they couldn't just made it again, little guard talking to the sides, telling him, "Hey, okay, this is what we're guarding here. Watch out for these guys." So the king decides that it's a good idea to finally release Ral from his prison of darkness and death and fun stuff. So that's exactly what they do. They need his help because this town's being attacked and he's the only one that could save him. So they let him out, and I don't understand how someone who could be in complete and total darkness for 15 years, not just completely disintegrate when this light touches him. But you know what? Fine. We're going to accept it. We're going to move on. Now, this is where we finally meet Ral, and he's a little 15-year-old boy. But he gets out, and the first thing he does is he kills the king. Thank God. And his reasoning behind it was, what kind of parent would lock away his child? Because the king did find him as a baby and kind of raise him as his own. Then when he found out the dragon was inside, he locked him away, and that was it. So, he killed the king. Thank God. And nobody really cared. I mean, yeah, the knights were kind of, "Oh, you shouldn't have done that," and they got the sword, and they didn't really do anything after that. That was kind of just it. But then he turns around to Pepper, the tutor, and he looks at her, and he says, your body's different than mine. And he rips her dress off, just completely off, and he starts fondling her. And this is the entire series. There's only 4 volumes in this series. And this happens in every single chapter. At least once. No, definitely at least 3 times. He's obsessed with breasts. That is his motivation to fight. And I guess, okay, fine. I understand. I know where he's coming from. But it just gets too much. So he does this thing. He goes outside, summons a big scary dragon. He destroys all the shadows that are attacking the village. And he saves the day. Yay. So he goes to celebrate. He goes off into a hot tub surrounded by all the girls who are, his little wenches now because he's the savior of the city. And he's just there bathing and bathing. Miss Moy comes, Pepper, I should say, because I can't say her name. Pepper comes and said, "What have you been doing? While you were bathing, 6 men and 2 women have died." And he freaks out. He's like, "Oh my god, 2 women have died? Those are 4 boobs that I'll never get to see now." And that is when he really gets into gear, okay? So he swears revenge, that he will put an end to the evil Shadow Queen's reign and return all the shadows back to their dimension, which is where they all really want to go. Well, for the most part, anyway. Ral Grad, I should say, really wants to get back there, and there are some other shadows that aren't following the Queen. They want to go back to their 2-dimensional world, where they're just shadows, and not crazy demon things that go rah 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 rah. So that's where he sets off. So he goes down to the dungeon, he opens up all the other pods with the other people that were in prison for I don't know how long, probably 15 years, because it's a very inspirational number in this series. And he lets them all go. He kills half of them and he keeps the other one, saying, "Okay, you, Indian guy for some reason, you're going to be guarding this castle while we're away, and I kind of killed the king. So you might be able to help. Little girl, oh hello, Loli. Guess what you're going to do? You're going to dress up in a maid outfit and you're going to come with us while we go across the planet and we're going to go kill the evil queen. Now, you're not going to have any useful information that you could actually give to us, but you're kind of cute, and I know all the fanboys are going to just go crazy over you. So you're going to come with us." So they set off on their little adventure to go find the queen. Now, there are 2 castles that they could stop at. One castle has an extremely ugly princess. They don't go there. They go to the other castle with a somewhat attractive princess. Only because Ral thinks that her boobs are prettier. So they head there, only to find that it's covered by rose thorns just everywhere. Completely, totally surrounded. Kafka, who, I don't know, I guess he's a knight, whatever. He has a level 1 shadow, parasitic one, that he's using. It's a good guy, okay, so he's gonna be there, and he's just like that guy from Yu Yu Hakusho. What was his name? Ah, man, I know it too. I don't want to say it though, because I know I'm just gonna butcher it. Oh well, he's like that, with the rose and the whip and... Okay. So he fights all the shadows surrounding that castle and goes to save him, saying, "Okay, now where's the princess? I'm gonna go dip her in honey and lick her clean." I'm paraphrasing, but that's pretty much how it went. So Kafka's freaking out, saying, "What? That's your whole motivation?" It's like, yeah, men like women. Women are the motivation to fight. If we didn't have women, why would a man fight? And that's pretty much his reasoning, and he sticks to it for the next 4 volumes. Right, so they go find the princess, and he just goes right away to grope her. But she kind of freaks out, and then she has an idea. Now, I think she's really trying to mess with him, but she said, "You know what? You could duel Kafka, the rose guy, and if you win, then you could do whatever you want to me." Now, I'm gonna stop again. Where are these people in real life? How come I have never met anyone that is like this? Ever! And I've been around. I meet people, somewhat, when I get out, but still, where are they? Apparently they're all in Japan. Whatever's left of it. Ooh. Anyway, so them and Kafka duel, and stuff happens, and that's the whole first series. Then more shadows attack, and, they get one that has sort of a link with the queen. So they say, "Go tell the queen that we're coming for her," because, that's what you want to do. You want to you have to let the evil galactical overlord bad guy know that you're coming for them, because, and it's too easy. You could just walk in, blow stuff up, and walk out. No, you have to let them know. So they let her know, and she kind of plays with them a little, saying, "Okay, well, I'm going to dip myself in the sweetest honey, and if you could beat me, then you could come and have me." Yeah, and then he's really motivated at this point. So it just goes on. So now it's him, Pepper, little lowly girl and Kafka off on their adventure to kill the evil Queen of Shadows and save Shadowland. Yeah. And that's pretty much the end of Volume 1. Now, like I said before, there are only 4 volumes in this series. 4 volumes in this series. And the artwork was done by the same gentleman who did the artwork for Death Note, which you could pretty much tell right away. I mean, if you just look at some of this artwork... Now, you know what? I'm going to do something special for everyone and just go to that part where he rips off Pepper's dress right away. And you can really see... Here we go. Here you go. How's that? This, I swear, if this turns out as a thumbnail, like, you know, the little picture everyone sees when they're scrolling, I'm going to get so many views for that. So yeah, really, you can just see how his art style is just dead on from Death Note. And I like it because I really like that realistic style. Anyway, that's pretty much it. I mean, now as for a rating, I did enjoy it. I'm not going to lie. It was entertaining, but it just got a little... weird. Now, it's rated Teen Plus, which is not a real rating. That is stupid. Okay, there's E for everyone, Teen, and Mature. That's really all I care about. There's no Teen Plus. What is that? It's like, well, I want to read something scary, but it can't be too scary. No, that's stupid. Especially with a series like this, where he's just constantly ripping clothes off and he's permanently naked all the time, and they don't show anything. Not that I'm complaining, because I really don't need to get that from my manga. Okay, but, like, there's always shrapnel. There's always some hair in the way, or there's always, like, they're walking one part in a cup. I can't remember what volume it is, but all the girls get brainwashed and they walk down the street and they're all naked, of course. But there's, like, there's steam coming from manholes that are just right before they vaporize. They're right in front of everything and you can't see anything, and I have no idea how that works. There is no logic, nothing behind it, but it's entertaining. It is entertaining. Which is why I don't like doing this. I don't like saying this rating, but I would say go out and read it now. That is my rating. You don't have to stop what you're doing, but pick it up. If you're at your Chapters or Barnes & Nobles or Borders or whatever you have next to you and you see it, I would recommend getting it. Especially if you like Death Note for the art style. Of course, the storyline has nothing at all similar. But still, pick it up, it's a good read. And that was my review. Now, I do have a couple things I want to say. Well, just one thing, really. I'm on Facebook now. So, if you feel like adding me as a friend on Facebook, I will be posting a link right down here. Or, if it's, I don't know, it's on one of these sides, whatever. And that's it. Okay, more to talk about. See y'all next video, where I will be answering some of your questions. Goodbye, Internet.